Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Shantia. In this corner of YouTube, this is where I talk about things such as manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, meditation, crystals, self-help, things of that nature. If that's something that you're interested in, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. This is a safe space for those topics. Let's get into the topic. I was listening to part of the audiobook Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard, and in one of the chapters, the author discussed how whatever we place in our minds, it is a seed, and eventually that seed grows. Whether you want it to grow or not is something that I resonate with so much. A lot of us have been saying it. You are who you hang around. You are the things that you consume. Even if you realize or are conscious of the information or the people that you are constantly bringing into your life, whether or not you want to become like them or exhibit the behavior that they are exhibiting or showing up the way that they're showing up, you unconsciously start to do these things. I remember the first time I started relating to this, and it wasn't the people that I was hanging around necessarily. It was the information that I was consuming. This was back in 2020, and I became obsessed with the news. Not just the news, all bad news. It became an addictiveness to negativity. I would read an article and I would become outraged, and I needed more information. I would go and read more information on the topic, and I would become more outraged. I would take it to social media and go on TikTok and follow people who were talking about this topic. And it just became a downward spiral. The thing about going on, TikTok and social medias where you're instantly always scrolling, you cannot control what you're going to see next. I wasn't able to control the information that was being put into my mind. Almost immediately, I would feel a reaction and I would have to find out more about it. Listening to the radio. The radio would provide me with information that I couldn't control because it's just constant. Like, they can talk about what they want to. The news on TV, I couldn't control what they were going to tell me. I couldn't control the commercials that I would see. And so at one point, I stopped consuming and I said it's time for me to control what I see. And also, I need to start producing more than what I consume, because the more you do something, the more action you take, that is what becomes routine. So I started reading more books, because with books, you can control the topics that you'll be reading. And after I realized this and after I started putting this into practice, that is when I was able to dig myself out of this hole that I had started digging. I was emerging finally into a place of calm, into a place of positivity, into a place of loving energy. Sometimes you just have to go cold turkey. You have to cut everything out. If it is people who are driving you to just do things that are not helpful to you, maybe they're not harmful, but they're just not getting you anywhere. The best thing to do, and things that I did, was surround myself with information and people who I could see myself being in the future and how I could see my lifestyle being in the future. Stop consuming all of this bad news. You control what you see. If you cannot control the information that you see, you shouldn't be on that platform. Read more. Pick up a book on a topic that you want to explore. Listen to podcasts. Listen to people who are discussing things that you want to know more about. Whether or not you know it, if you're constantly consuming TV shows regarding science, medical, forensics, sports, fashion design, all of these things are going into your mind, and you're going to want to explore these things subconsciously a little bit more, whether you realize it or not. It will come out. Do you remember the big shows like American Idol or House Flippers? We were all in some way affected by these TV shows. It got us thinking, maybe I can be the next talented singer, or maybe I can flip houses. There is always some sort of maybe I can when you see these other people who are being successful doing these things that you continually are watching. You're wanting to become part of these people's world because that's what you're starting to know. So if you know that you're wanting to become a medical assistant or you're wanting to get into STEM, consume things that allows you to watch the lives of other people and how they move and the things that they're doing who are already successful in the field. So you can start mimicking their day-to-day and taking on that mindset. If you're constantly watching people who are winning, this is going to drive you to win. If you're constantly watching sad stories of what never came to be, you're going to get into the mindset of, okay, maybe this is just what happens. It's always sad stories. Things never work out. But no, things do work out. So watch the stories of things that worked out and you'll begin to start to drive yourself toward being a winner. Listen to podcasts that explore the topics that you want to explore. Read books that provide you with more information and that has cited sources so that you know that the information that you're consuming is correct information. Do additional research. This means that if you're consuming information, you should also be producing information. Write down your own ideas. Don't just consume other people's ideas. You have to be an influencer as well. And not just an influencer to others, but an influencer in yourself. These people, whether they're in your lives or on the other side of the screen, they're going to affect how you think. We only need a little group of people. We don't need a whole world of people. We just need someone who understands and who are a great example to continue to push you to where you're trying to get to in your life. It's okay to not have a million things going on. That doesn't make you boring. It makes you more comfortable and knowing in exactly what it is that you want. So I encourage you to find a book on a topic that you want to explore more. Find a podcast on a topic that you want to hear about more. Find a video that talks about what you want to hear and surround yourself with people whose lifestyle mimic the one that you would like to have or the one that you already have and are trying to maintain. Please leave your comments below. I would love to chat about today's topic and also like this video if you learned something. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.